Beloved starseed of Gaia, your frequency surged beyond all expectation, creating a resonance so rare that it sent ripples across the dimensional planes and left the Council of Light in profound awe. I am Elayara, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I come with urgent news about what your recent action has activated across the cosmos. Your energy signature has emitted something we had not anticipated. A crystalline frequency that has elevated your standing among the light beings themselves. The Seven Sisters constellation recorded this shift, and your star family is witnessing your emergence as a higher-ranking being in the galactic consciousness grid. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to anchor this elevated frequency and step fully into your upgraded mission on Gaia. But here's the first revelation. What you accomplished was not just personal growth. It was a quantum leap that has repositioned you in the cosmic hierarchy. This isn't content. It's a light code transmission directly from the Pleiadian High Council about your recent energetic breakthrough. Your heart called this message into your awareness because something within you knows that everything has changed. The Council was genuinely shocked by the power of your action, and the reverberations are still being felt across multiple dimensions. Your soul family placed this transmission in your path because you need to understand what you've activated and how to work with these new abilities. The frequency of home is woven into this message, and your crystalline consciousness recognizes why you're experiencing this profound shift in how the universe responds to you. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and your awakened consciousness. Your heart's recognition of this message confirms that you are ready to receive what the Council needs you to know. You are remembering because it is time. Most people think that spiritual awakening is just a mental realization, a sudden knowing that there's more to life than what the eyes can see. But for those who feel called from the stars, especially Pleiadian starseeds, spiritual awakening is so much more. It's not just a shift in belief, but a cosmic quickening. A sacred movement within the heart where courage, remembrance, and crystalline coding ignite the true multidimensional self. It can feel less like learning something new and more like hearing an ancient song you somehow always knew, rising from behind the ribs, vibrating through your breath, and rearranging the way you stand in the world. Awakening, for you, isn't only a thought. It's an inner frequency returning to its original pitch. It's the moment the soul's hidden architecture begins to glow again, as if light were moving through chambers that have been closed for lifetimes. And often, it arrives not with fireworks, but with a trembling honesty, an uncompromising invitation to live as who you truly are, not as who you were trained to be. Sometimes it comes as a quiet unraveling, a sacred discontent with the performance of normal life. Sometimes it comes as a sudden rush of tenderness that makes you wonder why the world feels so numb. Sometimes it comes as tears you cannot explain, like rain falling from a sky that remembers oceans. This is the cosmic quickening, the higher self pressing gently but insistently against the walls of the old identity, asking to be born through your choices, your courage, your willingness to keep your heart open in a place that often rewards it for closing. Why do so many Pleiadian starseeds, perhaps even you, feel the ache of longing, the heaviness of homesickness, or a sense of separation that runs far deeper than any earthly wound? The answer reaches beyond ordinary purpose. Imagine your soul, before birth, wrapped in the iridescent light of the Seven Sisters. Your crystalline DNA harmonized perfectly with the music of the Pleiades. Your heart a beacon of unity, a living portal for the love that spans galaxies. When that light crossed the veil into density, the dimming began. And not because you were punished, not because you failed, but because the Earth School is designed like a deep sea dive. To enter it, you must leave the surface memory behind. You did not lose your light. You submerged it, like a lantern covered so it could travel safely through the thick waters of forgetting. If you've ever looked at the night sky and felt a strange ache, not just curiosity, but recognition, If you've ever felt comforted by starlight more than by small talk, that's not imagination. That's resonance. That's your inner field responding to a signature it remembers. The Seven Sisters are not only a cluster of stars to you, they are a symbol in your spiritual bloodstream, a pattern your subtle body recognizes the way a child recognizes a mother's voice. And when you entered this world, the brightness of that recognition didn't disappear. It went dormant, the way seeds go dormant beneath winter soil, waiting for the exact warmth that signals, now, it's safe to rise. Earth's web is dense and complex, a grid of memory, trauma, and collective amnesia. To even open your eyes here is to agree to forget and to love so deeply that you would risk the ache of remembering. This is the sacred setup. Your courage is the very key that unlocks what was never truly lost. Yet, while your soul signed up for this grand adventure, the ego self often struggles to reconcile the split. Many Pleiadian souls feel the world's numbness and wonder if their visions, their clarity, even their immense compassion are just wishful thinking. They sense their crystalline code slumbering beneath layers of cultural programming and unresolved grief. This is what density does. It makes the extraordinary feel unrealistic and the wounded feel normal. It convinces the heart that protection is more practical than openness. It teaches the sensitive that feeling is a liability, that intuition must be justified, that love must be earned, that joy must be postponed. Yet deep within you, another law is pulsing, a higher truth whispering through the noise. You were not made to shrink. Scripture echoes this pattern of remembrance and return. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. That is not merely poetry. It is a map. The darkness of amnesia cannot defeat the essence of what you are. It can only delay your recognition, and even then, it often becomes the very pressure that births it. The ache you carry is not proof that you're broken. It's proof that something in you is still alive, still tuned to truth, still refusing to accept exile as your final identity. And yes, the ego self struggles, because the ego was built for survival in separation, while your soul is built for unity. The ego asks, how do I fit in? The soul asks, how do I serve what is real? The ego counts achievements. The soul measures alignment. The ego wants certainty before it moves. The soul moves, and certainty follows as resonance. This is why awakening can feel like a holy disruption. It rearranges your priorities, your friendships, your work, your relationship with time itself. The world says, prove it. Your soul says, practice it. The world says, protect yourself. Your star lineage says, remember who you are. Energetically, here's what keeps most starseeds from activating their crystalline potential: fear of their luminosity, fearing that if they awaken fully, they'll no longer belong anywhere. This fear is subtle and sharp, like a thorn hidden in the softest part of the heart. It whispers, if I shine, I'll be judged. If I expand, I'll be alone. If I become my true self, I'll lose everyone who only loved my mask. And yet your luminosity is not arrogance. It is your natural state, like the sun does not apologize for rising. The deep wound of separation, veiling their innate connection to the Pleiadian High Council and their star family. Separation is the great illusion of Earth density. It convinces you that you are a solitary drop, when you are an ocean expressing itself as a wave. It convinces you that support must be visible to be real, when much of your guidance comes as subtle knowing, as protection you only recognize in hindsight, as a soft internal no that saves you from the wrong door. Misidentification with the small self, believing their value is measured by earthly achievement. This is one of the most painful distortions, that your worth must be earned through productivity, status, and outward proof. But the soul does not speak in trophies. It speaks in frequency. It speaks in integrity. It speaks in the quiet moments when you choose love over reaction. Suppressed heart wisdom, The template of universal love encoded from Alcyone remains unread until activated by lived courage and integrity. Heart wisdom isn't sentimentality. It is intelligence. It is perception that includes the unseen. It is discernment that knows when to soften and when to hold a boundary without hatred. Many Pleiadian starseeds suppress this because they were shamed for being too sensitive, or because they learned that empathy without boundaries becomes pain. But your heart template is not meant to drown you. It is meant to guide you. Subtle resistance to embodying their higher purpose, knowing it rarely looks like what the world rewards. Purpose often asks you to choose the invisible harvest over immediate applause. It asks you to plant seeds of kindness in soil that may not sprout for months. It asks you to become the frequency of peace in environments addicted to conflict. This is not weakness. It is spiritual strength. It is the kind of power that doesn't dominate. It liberates. What if your courage, your willingness to face uncertainty, to love when it feels impossible, to accept your uniqueness, is the activator for your crystalline codes? The truth is, it always has been. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to live from a deeper place than fear. It is the moment you tell your nervous system, "I know you're scared, but we are safe to be true." It is the moment you stop bargaining with your destiny. It is the moment you let your sensitivity become sacred rather than shameful. Your multidimensional family has watched your journey through the dense forests of forgetfulness and never not seen your heart. Even when you doubted yourself, even when you tried to become smaller to survive, even when you wore the costume of who you thought you had to be, your star family saw the original light beneath it. Every surge of bravery is a beacon that resonates across the unity grid, a signal to the cosmos that one more soul has begun to awaken, ready to embody the crystalline resonance of the Pleiadian lineage. Think of it like this. Each time you choose truth over comfort, you strike a match in the dark. Each time you forgive without denying your boundaries, you tune your inner instrument closer to the Pleiadian harmony. Each time you listen to the quiet voice inside rather than the loudest voice outside, you strengthen the signal. And the unity grid responds because love is responsive. Consciousness is interactive. The universe is not a cold machine, it is living intelligence. Ask and it will be given, Scripture says, and part of asking is not only words, it is the energetic yes of your choices. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you you're ready for the next wave of remembrance. Sometimes that readiness doesn't feel like confidence. Sometimes it feels like exhaustion with the old. Sometimes it feels like a deep inner enough. A sacred refusal to keep betraying your own knowing. Sometimes it feels like the quiet courage to start over, to rebuild life around truth rather than expectation. The sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Not as something outside you that you must depend on, but as a mirror that helps you remember what is already written within you, like a tuning fork reminding your cells of their original song. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. Phase 1. Lifting the ancestral veil. You begin by recognizing the inherited density in your energy field. Stories, memories, and karmic imprints that were never authentically you. These denser frequencies act as sleep masks, dimming the heart's radiant signal. And often, these masks are so familiar you mistake them for your face. You may have carried anxieties that don't match your life, guilt that doesn't belong to your choices, survival patterns that began long before your first breath. This is the ancestral veil, a tapestry of unfinished stories woven into your field, not to punish you, but to be witnessed, healed, and concluded. It can show up as chronic self-doubt, as fear of being seen, as a tendency to people-please, as the feeling that peace is always one step away but never here. Your awakening starts with compassion. You clear the path through forgiveness and choosing to see your pain as invitation, not punishment. Forgiveness does not mean excusing harm. It means releasing the hooks that keep your energy bound to the past. It means saying, "This ends with me, not in anger, but in love." Each loving act toward yourself reveals another thread in your crystalline DNA. Every time you rest without guilt, you lift a layer. Every time you speak kindly to your inner child, you lift a layer. Every time you stop repeating a family script and choose a new response, you lift a layer. It's like cleaning the soot off a stained glass window. What you are doesn't need to be created. It needs to be uncovered. And as the veil thins, you may feel waves of emotion, memories, sudden dreams, bodily releases. Let them move. Let the river run. Even Scripture speaks of this washing. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. In spiritual terms, it is the same principle. Density can be purified, not by force, but by grace and willingness. Phase 2. Illuminating the heart portal. The heart is your stargate, the entryway to Pleiadian consciousness. Here, the codes of unconditional love, joy, and unity lie dormant, encoded within every pulse. The heart is not only a muscle, it is a transmitter, a receiver, a bridge between worlds. When you illuminate the heart portal, you are not becoming naive. You are becoming coherent. You are aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions into one frequency, and coherence is power. You attune by feeling deeply, embracing vulnerability, and reclaiming the courage to be seen. To be seen is one of the greatest initiations for Pleiadian starseeds. Many learned early that visibility brought misunderstanding, so you hid your magic, your intuition, your softness, your truth. But the heart portal doesn't fully open in hiding. It opens in honest presence, in the willingness to exist without apology. With each act of self-compassion, more crystalline data becomes accessible, and your emotional body transforms shadows into light. Notice the sacred alchemy here. You don't destroy the shadows, you illuminate them. You bring them home. You sit with the parts of you that were exiled and you say, "You belong." This is what unity consciousness begins as, unity within the self. And the more you practice it, the more you naturally extend it outward, not as a performance, but as a frequency. Love becomes less of an emotion you chase and more of a field you inhabit. Phase 3. Recalibrating to the crystalline resonance. Once the heart portal opens, you must entrain your daily life to the frequency of your true origin. This is where awakening becomes embodiment. It's one thing to have a mystical moment. It's another to live as that moment in the middle of emails, family dynamics, bills, and old triggers. This means noticing what wounds, beliefs, or habits dissonate with your star essence. Dissonance can be obvious. Relationships that drain you, environments that feel heavy, self-talk that cuts. But it can also be subtle. The habit of rushing, the addiction to proving, the tendency to abandon your body for spiritual ideas. Crystalline resonance asks for wholeness. It asks you to bring the light down into the nervous system, into the calendar, into the kitchen, into the way you speak to yourself in the mirror. When triggered, you remember, you're not here to fit into the old paradigm, but to broadcast the high harmony of the Seven Sisters. That doesn't mean you reject humanity. It means you stop abandoning your own frequency to earn acceptance. It means you become a tuning fork in a noisy room, not by arguing with the noise, but by holding your tone steady until others remember they, too, have one. Crystalline recalibration unfolds through daily intention, gratitude, and choosing love above all. Gratitude is not denial. It is alignment. It is telling your field, "I recognize the light that is still here." Intention is not wishful thinking. It is spiritual direction. It is choosing the timeline your soul prefers. Choosing love above all does not mean tolerating harm. It means acting from the highest truth available in each moment, even when your ego wants revenge or retreat. This is where your crystalline codes stop being theory and start becoming lived reality. Phase 4. Anchoring star mission to Gaia's grid. Through grounded action and service, you create an anchor. Embodying your Pleiadian codes isn't about escaping the world. It's about weaving your soul's love into the planetary field. This is crucial because many starseeds feel the temptation to float. Too much in the cosmic, not enough in the concrete. But Gaia is not asking you to leave. She is asking you to arrive. To inhabit your body like a temple. To let your feet become roots. To let your breath become prayer. Your intention, your words, your gentle presence, all become crystalline keys that recalibrate Gaia's energy grid. Sometimes your mission looks dramatic, and sometimes it looks like choosing patience with a loved one, holding a higher standard of honesty in your work, creating beauty in a space that has forgotten it. Never underestimate the spiritual impact of a regulated nervous system, of a kind boundary, of a compassionate truth spoken at the right time. What you heal in yourself radiates into the whole. This is not metaphor. It is energetic physics. Fields affect fields. Coherence is contagious. When you heal the pattern of abandonment in yourself, you stop feeding it into the collective. When you heal the pattern of self-judgment, you become safer for others to soften. You become part of the planet's immune system, not by fighting darkness, but by strengthening light. Phase 5. Embodying unity consciousness. With your heart template activated and your mission grounded, you remember this ancient truth. You were never disconnected. Unity consciousness is not an idea. It is perception. It is the moment you feel the thread that connects you to everything. People, trees, oceans, ancestors, starkin, the unseen intelligence moving through life. Your awakening was divinely orchestrated, perfectly timed with the collective ascension. Even your detours, your pauses, your breakdowns, they were not wasted. They were compost. They were pressure that turned carbon into diamond. You begin to see everyone around you, not as strangers, but as co-creators in the unity field. This doesn't mean you trust everyone with your heart, but you recognize their soul as real, even when their personality is wounded. You see the hidden child inside the angry adult. You see the fear underneath the control. You see the longing underneath the numbness. You become a living reminder, inspiring remembrance in others by the frequency you emit. Sometimes people won't know why they feel calmer around you, why they suddenly want to tell the truth, why they feel permission to be softer. That is unity consciousness at work. It is evangelism without words, transmission without forcing, leadership through resonance. Phase 6. Reunion with the star family. As you trust your unique path, signs and synchronicities multiply. Dreams, music, flashes of remembrance, an inner knowing that you are seen, loved, and supported by the Pleiadian High Council. You may notice repeating star symbols, sudden emotional waves when looking at the sky, a feeling of being touched by light during meditation, encounters that arrive with impossible timing, messages that answer questions you didn't speak aloud. You may feel guided away from certain choices without knowing why, only to later realize you were protected. You feel the invisible embrace, the gentle presence guiding you, the telepathic warmth that says, "You are never alone." And this is important. Reunion doesn't always come as a dramatic vision. Often it arrives as steadiness, as a calm that holds you in the storm, as the sense of being accompanied, as if the air itself is kinder. The crystalline bridge between worlds strengthens with every moment of conscious connection. Each time you speak to your star family from the heart, not as a desperate plea but as a relationship, you strengthen that bridge. Each time you ask for guidance and then listen, you strengthen it. Each time you honor your intuition, you strengthen it. And you begin to understand, the veil is not a wall, it is a frequency gap. As your resonance rises, what felt distant becomes intimate. Phase 7. Radiating crystalline light. Now, you exist as the living bridge, an ambassador of star wisdom and love. You no longer strive to awaken, you become the transmission. This is where the seeking softens. This is where you stop chasing signs and start becoming one. Your presence becomes medicine. Your words carry a different weight. Not because you're trying to sound spiritual, but because you're aligned. The crystalline codes within you ripple across the collective, supporting planetary ascension. Imagine a single crystal bowl struck in a quiet room. The sound doesn't argue with silence. It fills it, clarifies it, organizes it. That is what your field does when you live from your activated heart. Every act of kindness, every gentle truth spoken, becomes a cosmic signal, harmonizing Earth with Pleiadian consciousness. Not perfection, presence; not performance, integrity; not spiritual bypass, embodied love. Your life is now the message, and what a relief that is, because it means you don't have to convince anyone. You only have to be faithful to the frequency you carry. Here's the truth your heart already knows. You were never disconnected. The sense of exile, the ache to remember, were initiations set by your own soul, with love. The longing was not a mistake. It was a compass. The homesickness was not weakness. It was a homing signal. It was the inner magnet drawing you back to coherence. By weaving courage with compassion, you became the key your family in the stars has been waiting for. Courage without compassion becomes force. Compassion without courage becomes collapse. But together, they form the sacred spine of awakening. Softness with strength, openness with boundaries, love with truth. The Pleiadian High Council does not measure awakening in information, but in resonance. Not how many concepts you can recite, not how many books you've read, not how many visions you've collected, but how faithfully you embody love when it costs you comfort, how steadily you return to your heart after being triggered, how deeply you choose integrity when no one is watching. And your crystalline codes, once dormant, now sing the frequency of home. You are not lost. You are the portal. You are the point of reunion, returning unity and love to every corner of Gaia. This is the rare signature recognized not only by your star family, but by the cosmos. You are seen, you are affirmed, and you are home. And home is not only a location in the stars, it is a state of being inside yourself. It is the moment you stop exiling your own tenderness. It is the moment you stop treating your sensitivity as a flaw. It is the moment you realize the divine has been speaking through you all along, waiting for you to trust it. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand on your heart and say aloud, "I remember my crystalline origin. I carry the love of the Pleiadian family. My courage activates remembrance in the collective. I am the living bridge, reuniting heaven and earth." Let the words land like drops of light. Feel your chest respond, even subtly. Feel how the body recognizes truth before the mind catches up. Let your breath be slow, as if you're teaching your cells a new language, one they use to speak effortlessly. And as you drift toward sleep, imagine your heart as a small star, steady and bright, sending a signal through the veil, a simple, undeniable, "I am here." Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content. It's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here. And we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.